Right, welcome to this Advanced Tactica and Unit Showcase as well. Sort of going to go for the 2 in the 1 video, so you can tune into these videos and see the units up close, so you get an idea for painting reference and so on, and then also the unit breakdown, the rules, and we'll try out some examples of how you can use the unit as well. So it's a real sort of focus in on specific units in these episodes. So it's the Space Marine Chaplain, but it's going to be for my Blood Angels army. I'm trying to improve the Blood Angels here at the moment, working on some units and combinations and trying to get them up to the brand new list and hopefully a much more improved version as well. It'd be good to see them doing well. So a Chaplain I hope to feature in the new army like I used to have. I used to have a Chaplain for my Blood Angels force, and it'd be good to have one back. I think they're a bargain in points and they are just excellent, but we'll show you that now in this upcoming video. First of all, we'll take a look at the model. You'll recognise it, but there's been some improvements made. So there he is, the Chaplain I'm going to use for the Blood Angels here. I have painted on a Blood Angels icon just on the knee pad, but you could use him for any of the Space Marine factions. It's one of the old lead models. You'd still probably be able to get it on eBay if you looked it up. So I had painted him up, put him on a regular base, and then with 32mm coming out, I've been meaning to get it sorted out, and I have done. It's been put onto 32mm base now, so great improvement, and just a nice size to mount this model on. So there he is. He used to feature in the old army, and I hope to have him back again. So under here, 32mm base, and then just cut the edge of the, just say this was the old base, cut the edge away. And then kept on my old design of the base on there, I didn't cut it all off, and then under here then just cut a slot that he then went into, and then just glued that in position just with some plastic glue just there. And then the area of the trim around the edge where it was you could see the plastic, I just covered that over with PVA glue and stones and so on, super glued on some of the little resin skulls that I have, and it's all blended in quite nicely. You couldn't tell that's actually 2 basing blended in there, the old basing with the barbed wire and so on coming up to the edge, and then some new sand I put around, and the 2 are blended together really well. So he's nicely mounted on his correct size base now for 8th edition. Just there, I think he looks pretty good. So very happy with how he's come out. The black armour and so on, just the menacing look. I think he'll match in with the Blood Angels very nicely indeed. So there he is for your painting reference. Just there, nicely mounted up now on the new sized bases. So there he is. Let's push him to the side. Yeah. So it's for Blood Angels, but I have to go to the regular codex here for this. So under HQ, I believe should be Librarian Chaplain. Chaplain in regular armour is this one here. And then the points cost is 72 points. I think it's an absolute bargain here. Movement 6, weapon skill, but weapon skill is 2+. So in combat it's going to be on 2+ to hit. And primarily he's not for that, but he's not bad in combat. Ballistic skill 3+, strength 4, toughness 4, 4 wounds, not 2 like they used to have, 3 attacks, which I think is an extra one above what they used to have as well. Leadership 9 and 3 up save. He is equipped with the Crozius Arcanum, which I'll just check should be free of charge. Yep, bolt pistol is free of charge as well. So 72 points for a character, and the abilities that he grants is fantastic. So frag and crack grenades as well, which isn't bad. A character you can chuck out if he's close enough. Crack grenades are nasty enough. Grenade as well, strength 6, AP -1 and D3 points of damage. So you may replace his bolt pistol with a bolt gun, power fist, or an item from the pistols or combi weapons list. So I could go for combi weapons if I ever went to do the modification and give him, I mean that is doable, isn't it? Could cut off, I mean he's perfectly set up for it. Just cut off the bolt pistol here, which doesn't look particularly nice in lead, and then get a combi weapon, plastic one, paint it up and glue it on. Some food for thought there. If the points are available, there's another option for him, like a combi melter for example, have him cause trouble with that. is an option there. So let's just see how much that is. I think that's about 17 points, I think, for that combi melter. 19. So it's a fair amount in points, but to keep him at bog standard, is 72 points. Absolute bargain, doesn't cost very much at all. So the model may take a jump pack, which your movements increase to 12. Could be an idea if you took Def Company, for example, or Assault Marines. He can join them and help them out and keep up with them. So this is the big bonus, massive bonus. Listeners of Hate. You can reroll failed hit rolls in the fight phase for friendly, Blood Angels, whatever the chapter is, units within 6 of this model. So it used to be that you put him with a unit, and then that unit got the benefit of rerolling hits. Now he's even better. It's units within 6, so it could be 4 units, 3 units, 5 units. They all get the benefit of that as long as they have a model. Yeah, it's friendly units within 6. So if a unit is within 6 inches, then the unit gets that ability. So I think it's absolutely amazing, really, really helpful. Especially, it's especially going to help the Blood Angels out. I'll show you the combination a bit later on. Not only that, but I think that's the main bonus. Spiritual Leaders, all friendly Blood Angels, in this case units within 6, use his leadership, so leadership 9, which is really good. The other great thing about him, he used to come in at about 90 points. So he's cheaper than he used to be as well. He's actually saving on points for him, which is not the usual case in 8th edition. Usually a lot of things have gone up in price, but for the Chaplain, it actually dropped in price quite significantly. So he then has a Rosarius. He's got a 4+ invuln save, so even in combat himself, he's not too bad. He can, he's quite resilient there with 4 wounds, 4 up invuln save, and then he can fight back here. The Crosius Arcanum is +1 strength, -1 on the AP, and 2 points to damage. It's not bad. It isn't bad. It will knock a few enemy models on the head. Jump pack assault if you take the jump pack. So I think as a model, for the stats, the weapons he comes with, he's pretty good. But the benefits that he can grant just amplifies the value of this model. So I highly rate the Chaplain. For Space Marines, for any of the Space Marine chapters, specifically here it's Blood Angels, I'll show you now how I think he's going to help regular, those of you that regularly keep up with the Blood Angels will probably guess that I plan to put him in with the Terminators, which I think I used to do. I think I used to do in the old list. It's the old combination again. So Thunderhammer Terminators, which people are saying they're not as good as they were. I've just turned the brightness up there. They're saying they're not as good as they were because the main reason is the Thunderhammers. Nothing much has changed on them. They've improved because they get extra wounds now. They're 2 wounds each. The Sergeant gets 3 attacks. It's all good, but it's -1 to hit. So they're running in, fighting, and then he falls. And often you're starting to get like 5 hits, and the damage doesn't quite do enough to. You used to be able to destroy targets, charge in, just obliterate vehicles, but now they seem to struggle. So there's some improvements. They're a bit more durable than they were. They get to go first if they charge. There's good benefits there. Disadvantage: don't deal out as much destruction as they used to. So to enhance that, because I still rate them as a unit, just to have the Chaplain nearby. They're going to be re-rolling the hits, so it's forced to hit re-rolls. We'll try and illustrate that now with a couple of scenarios. So, I've got a situation here. Now, don't tell James, but we're going to use this Rhino here as an example. So, we'll take the Chaplain away, we'll charge these in, and it'll sort of give you an idea of the difference that can be made. So, 8 attacks from the regulars, and then 3 attacks from the Sergeant. So you're on 11 attacks. You need 4s. So that's not too bad, but you've missed with 5. Imagine getting to re-roll those. You haven't this time around. Then you're on 3s. This is a good roll, so it seems like we've done well here. This is 5 wounds coming through with the Thunderhammers. So then the opponent gets saves 1. That's 12 wounds that have come through. You've narrowly just about managed to destroy a rhino. It's a bit disheartening that it's taken such an elite squad to destroy a vehicle like that. There's going to be times when you entirely fail, and that was the discouraging thing with them. I've just rolled here. This is a prime example. That happens. I've got 3 hits, and it's horrendous when that kind of thing takes place. So 3 hits come through, 3's to wound. Here, 6 is to save. So it's, you've half killed the rhino. So the damage is okay. 3 damage is alright. The strength is okay. The amount of attacks is alright. It's just that needing a half a chance of hitting is the struggle. You've just seen an example there. This round's a bit better. But still, look at all of the dice you have to push away and miss with. They've all come through, so this is good. And no saves. That's destroy the rhino that time around. 40k is really good if you can get units that are reliable in what they do, and the ability to reroll I think is very helpful. So you've seen their mixed results. The rhino is quite a soft vehicle really in comparison to others. You're looking for them to charge in and do their job properly. So say you've now got the chaplain with them and they charge in. You're on, see that was a bad roll there, 4 hits. That's when the chaplain kicks in, and then look what's happened. I can now add 5 more to that. That rhino is in massive trouble. Do another example. 4's to hit. And this could be anything. This could be a monstrous creature, it could be other terminators, it could be any kind of target. Missed of those, re-roll, there's 2 more hits to add to the pile. It just knocks up that result, makes it that much better. And the difference between destroying that and not destroying it, I think, is very important there for having the chaplain. So again, 5 misses, re-roll, can put 3 more into there, and that just tips that over to make that a much more guaranteed kill coming in. So I think for 72 points that's not much. I mean, it's just a bit more in cost than the cost of one of these. You know, would you choose to add one of them to the unit, or to add him with his own stats, he can fight himself, and then grant re-rolls to all of them? And I've just put 1 unit here. Imagine other units nearby all granting re-rolls in the fight phase as well. The other interesting thing, let's just check here. Real failed hit rolls in the fight phase of friendly units within 6. Yeah, so it's not on the turn that you charge, it's just from then on. So you get locked down in a combat of a nasty unit, you're just constantly re-rolling your hits. So again, another fantastic reason to take the chaplain just there. Very, very helpful. So his stat line's okay, he can fight by himself and so on, but the abilities that he grants, especially the re-rolls, is just a massive, massive bonus, especially for a fierce sort of combat-based army like the Blood Angels. So that's the advanced Tactica for the chaplain, and that's the proposed plan of using it. It's bringing back an old combination that used to work really well in 8th edition. In 7th edition, it wasn't. He used to go. Sometimes used to put him there. Often he went with the Death Company, and they got their re-rolls and re-roll wounds, and it really helped them. It really made that small unit quite deadly. And I hope to repeat that theme now with the Terminators, just to give them a hand, to give them a bit of help. I think the Chaplain is the best addition to add to them. Nice cheap HQ, but very, very helpful to the Terminators. So keep a lookout for that combination as the new army comes along. And then these are mounted in the Storm Ravens, so that's the kind of idea they deploy. Chaplain will be with them, and they go after their target, and then they should be much more reliable as they fight away with his reroll abilities. So that's the advanced Tactica then for the Chaplain. Specifically for the Blood Angels I plan to use them, but for any Space Marine army, especially if you've got a combat unit. I even use one for the Imperial Fists of my Terminators there, stick a Chaplain with them and grant them rerolls as well. And especially helpful for weapons that have that dreaded -1 to hit, like the Thunder Hammers and things like Power Fists also. So there it is. Leave your comments and feedback how you've used Chaplains effectively as well. I'm sure you would agree that it's an effective unit indeed. But there it is. That's the advanced Tactica for Space Marine Chaplains. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.